Greetings! Welcome to another tutorial about Bloomreach XM with ZinMods. In this video, we're going to talk about the Package Manager, what it is and why you should use it. Let's get into it. So, first we're going to go over a number of slides that will help explain what a package is and how you will be using it to promote different parts of your applications through different Bloomreach environments. So on its own, when you spin up a Bloomreach XM instance, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't have any meaning. It only provides a good content editing experience, the ability to create document types, and in the background there are a number of APIs that will help you extract the content from the repository and use it in your applications. And this is particularly useful for the headless CMS approach. So where packages come in is that they actually give meaning to your CMS instance. A package contains document types, application configurations, but it can also contain documents, images, and other assets. So essentially, a package gives an empty content repository meaning. In the graph here, you can see, for example, you might have a number of environments, the Bloomreach development, UAT, and prod environments. In the development environment, you might configure a number of document types, a number of translation nodes, for example, that will give your document types nice readable names. Now, when you want to implement these changes on other environments, one approach would be to kind of really keep track of all the changes you've made to your document types and execute them in exactly the same way and order on other environments to get them up to date as well. But while this is possible, over time it becomes quite complicated to track everything, and a mistake is made quite easily. So what these packages allow you to do is grab a number of paths from the repository that you've made modifications to, or that at least are part of your application, define them together, bundle them into a package, and then download the package from your development environment as a zip file onto your disk. Then you can take this zip file and import it into other environments. This goes for application configurations, so I call them application packages, but also content packages. So you could move a set of documents that have been authored by a team of people on one environment, and you can move them across to a live production environment by bundling them in a package. So what's in a package? Well, the package itself is a zip file that contains a number of other zip files. And inside this zip file, there are YAML representations of nodes in the JCR and JSON representations of CNDs. These are JCR-specific content node definitions that describe the way nodes are defined in your repository. You can build the package by specifying which CND should be part of the package, and you can specify an entire namespace just by specifying its name and appending a colon at the end, or you can specify them one by one if you want to be very precise by just specifying the entire identifier. So in this case, we would have packaged up a content node definition of the document type ZinMods blog document. Then the second thing you can do is make nodes that are in the JCR part of the package as well. And you do this by specifying the path that you want to bundle. When you specify a path, it not only takes that node, but it also takes all the child nodes. And this includes children of children. You can also use a wildcard. So if you only want certain nodes to be copied, for example, in this case, we only want product documents that start with laptop dash, then you can specify that by using a partial path and ending it with the wildcard. Then to access the package manager on your local environment, you would go to localhost port 8080, going into the site app. Under packages, index.jsp, you will find the main interface. When you've deployed your environments and the Tomcat is fronted by an Nginx, some different paths apply. So you have to go to /mods/packages/index.jsp. And only the admin user or a user defined in the CMS that has been assigned the package manager group can access this tool. So enough of this introduction. Let's try and package up the recipe document application that we created in our previous tutorials. So just a reminder what we've done. Let's quickly log into our CMS. Go. So we've got a bunch of documents in here. We've defined a number of document types. And you can see that some of them have a nice human readable name. That means that there's probably a translation node that we also need to package if we want to create a package that has all the information in it. So what that looks like in the console, so let's quickly log in, admin, is, so we talked about the document types. Those are stored under Hippo namespaces Zinmods in our case. So you can see you have the recipe document. Then we're talking about translation nodes as well. Those are stored under configuration, translations, types. And then any of them starting with the Zinmods we would want to package. So this is a great candidate for using the asterisk. And then also we want to package up the nodes that allow us to give the document tree a certain structure, which we talked about in a different video. And we want to package new recipe and new recipe folder. So let's go into the package manager and set up our package. Let's create a new one. Let's call it recipe application configuration. By default, you can see it has some paths here that you might want to package that have the actual documents in it. So we're going to package those documents and gallery as some information, and we also want assets. So let's add assets to it. Then let's add our translation nodes first. So translations types and anything starting with Zinmods. So let's grab this and Zinmods star. There we go. Then we're going to add our templates. So new recipe and new recipe folder. So this one as well, we can use the asterisk to be lazy. Additionally, we also need to package up the actual document types themselves, which are in here. So there you go. Let's do that, and that should be enough to just demonstrate how this works. Then the last thing we need to specify are which content node definitions do we want to package. So we want to grab everything that's in Zinmods. Yeah, so let's create this. So once we've created it, the only thing it does is it adds the package definition to the JCR. So if you're curious about that, it actually lives in packages here. See, this is the one that we just created. Very good. So now what we can do is we can say, okay, given the current state of the JCR, please please bundle a package for me. And we can do that by hitting the download button. It'll ask us for a postfix, which is what we will add at the end of the file name. So we're happy with just the date, then we hit OK. And we get a package. That's great. So let's open that up and see what's inside. Now you can see that it's bundled up every single filter that we specified here into its own zip file. And they are of substantial size, some of them. And it's found all the elements that apply to the wildcard and has expanded them into their own zip file. Now, the last thing you would do, or the final thing you would do, is go into another environment, like your test environment or your UAT, and then you would ingest this package. So click this button, would choose the file, the zip file that you want to ingest, which is the file we just downloaded, and then you can say, there's three options. So I want to ingest the package content, which is usually what you want to do. I want to ingest the packaged CNDs, which is usually also what you want to do. And then you can decide whether you want to keep the package definition in the screen, in the previous screen here, or if you don't want to keep it. So once you've selected all these that apply to you, and you picked your file, you hit ingest package, and your new environment should have the exact same content that was available in the package you just downloaded. And so that, in short, is how packages should be used and how they move between your different Bloomreach environments. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of thing, check out the playlist that popped up on the screen. And if you want to be notified when a new tutorial appears, make sure to subscribe. See you next time.